Uy, pre, di ba ngayon yung experiment number 2 natin? Paano na to, pre?
Yung kay Ma'am Kapera? Ay, nga pala. Eh, pre, hindi ko nga alam pinagkaiba ng pressure lock tapos
Tayo dyan, pre.
ano yung isa?
Siya, valve, pre. Oo nga, ako rin hindi ko lang alam.
Gusto niyo bang malaman kung ano yung pinagkaiba nila?
Oo naman.
Halina't samahan niyo ako.
So, hello everyone! We are Group 2 and today we're going to experiment number 2, the logic-operated pneumatic system. And I am Ima Nailin Chan. I am Andrea Christine Beltran.
I am Aaron Arpon.
And I'm Angelo Calpay-Reyes. So the objectives for this activity is number 1, to use valves for logic operations. And number 2 is to explain how logic operation works in a pneumatic system.
Materials needed, we have compressor, ASU, yung air surface unit, and we have 3-way valve with push button. Then we have 3-way valve with selector. Next is we have single acting cylinder. And next is this, ito yung distributor block. Next is 2 pressure valve. And last is shuttle valve. Next and lastly is meron tayong plastic tubing.
So, before we did it in the actual experiment, we simulated both diagrams in the fluid sim. First, in the diagram A, we use a 3-way normally closed push button and a 3-way normally closed selector switch valve. Then, we connected it to the 2 pressure valve and then to the single acting cylinder. And for the diagram B, we also use a 3-way normally closed push button and a 3-way normally closed selector switch valve. And then, we connected it to a shuttle valve and then to a single acting cylinder. So for the simulation, we observed that in the diagram A, the single acting cylinder will only extend if both push button and selector switch are on. And in the diagram B, we observed that even if one of the 3-way valves are on, either the push button or the selector switch or both of them, the single acting cylinder will extend.
So for the procedure of this experiment, first we put the ASU on the aluminum board and set its pressure to 4 bars. Then, we connected the ASU and the compressor using the plastic tubing. Next is we prepared the compressor and using the pressure gauge above the tank, we made sure that its output was 6 bars. And we also made sure that the switches of the ASU and the compressor are off. Lastly, we constructed diagram A on the aluminum board and made sure the plastic tubings were tightly connected. And here are the observations.
So for our actual observations, in the diagram A, we observed that when both valves are off, the status of the piston is not extended, or it means it is retracted. When the switch is on, but the push button is off, the piston is still not extended. When the push button is on, but the switch is off, the piston is still not extended. And when the both 3-way valves are on, which means both push button and the selector switch, the status of the piston is now extended.
Next is diagram B, where we used a shuttle valve. And for our observations, here is Andrea.
So for our actual observation in the diagram B, we observe that when both valves are off, the status of the piston is not extended. When the 3-way selector switch is on and the push button is off, the status of the piston is extended. When the 3-way push button is on and the switch is off, the piston is still extended. When both the 3-way normally closed, push button and selector switch is on, the piston is extended.
Here's the summary of our observations indicated in the table. And for our conclusion, Two pressure valves act as an end valve, which require both input signals to be present for the output to be activated. This is useful in safety applications where you want to ensure that two conditions are met before an actuator is activated. Meanwhile, shuttle valves act as an OR valve, which allow the output to be activated if any one of the input signals is present. This provides flexibility in control, making it easy to activate an actuator from multiple sources.
So ngayon alam niyo na yung pinagkaiba ng two pressure valve tsaka shuttle valve?